that's the most like wholesome answer that I can even hear. Like, yeah, wow, I'm speechless right now. Dzień dobry, witam Państwa bardzo serdecznie. 5. odcinek Walder i moim Państwa gościem dzisiaj będzie Adam Kemp. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you.
To the show. I'm gonna introduce you firstly for the people who don't know you. Adam Kemp, born December 20th, 1990, 34 years old at the time of the interview, because mostly this interview is going to be put after Christmas. You played for Astorii Bydgoszczy in season 2019-2020. Then it was Lublin, Legia, Winesud for 2 years, Winesud. And then a basketball break about we will talk later. Adam, once again, welcome back, and it's really good to have you back here in Bydgoszczy. All right, so let's start the first question. That's really basic. How much Bydgoszczy has changed in the span of 6 years that you haven't been here?
It's actually changed quite a bit. I mean, the main structure of the city is the same, but there's a lot of things that are different in terms of shops and restaurants. And I remember like this Zelane Arcadi, the mall, this entire area was even like you could barely like get there because the road was fully under construction. The apartment that I'm living in now wasn't here. I remember this.
Yeah, it wasn't here.
This like block of land was just like a field or something. Like I remember like driving by because I have to drive by it on the way to the gym all the time. So there's like the city is definitely, let's say, more modern because there's like more things.
It's growing, right?
It's growing. It's bigger. There's more people. There's more things, but the structure is the same.
Okay, so what's the, let's say, location of your next journey after the break, which we're gonna talk about? I'm asking if when you or your agent reached out to us, was it like a big factor that you signed the contract here?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually that was when I got to the point where I knew I was healthy enough that I would be healthy enough for the season. I actually first wrote to my agent, but I wrote to Marcin Nowakowski.
Martin, yeah.
Maui is my good friend from many years now. So I wrote to him and just said, do you need a center for next year? And a lot of it was because the city, we have like such a big connection to it, my family, because my son was born here.
Yeah.
And we can never forget about Bydgoszcz. We loved it here. And I know the staff, the club members, you yourself, just all these things.
Yeah, I just came back especially because only because of you. Like,
yes.
All right.
But I know people here. We know people even like within the city that we had met before and things like that. And it was a huge factor actually where I wanted to come back to basketball at.
Okay, I'm really happy to hear that. So we're gonna get closer to your break and car accident, which happened almost a year ago. So after this break, which you had due to your injury and the car accident, is there still something that gives you the most, I would say, joy, desire, that fire, that dedication to the game, which you had in the past years, or it like drifted away maybe a little bit?
Absolutely didn't drift. I even just having that amount of time, like I really realized how much, not even realized because I knew itself, but I love basketball. I love playing in front of great fans. I love this energy. The atmosphere is in terms of like a job, there's nothing that compares to being, playing like the game with a bunch of people either screaming at you or for you, either way. So there's so many things, and also the opportunity really to, again, get to play in front of my family, but my son now, like with the age where he was more understanding, like, oh, that's daddy on the court.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So that was like and still is every day, like a huge motivator of, me waking up and wanting to go work hard each day to put on the great show and be successful for the fans, for the club, but also definitely for my family as well.
Okay. Can you briefly tell us what happened a year ago? You said before we started recording, it was 5 days ago. It was one year. I don't want to say anniversary, but
yeah. December 12th. So my wife and I remember exactly, it was 3:00. We were driving down the road because at 3:15 we should pick our son up from the kindergarten. And
so it was 1500 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Okay.
And I live in like a very small city, actually, in America, in New York, and there's like 2,000 people that live there. And we were driving down the road, and some kid, he just blew through the stop sign, and he like directly, I call it like T-boned like our car. Yeah, smashed the front of his car, went basically into my window, the driver's side. We're like really blessed and fortunate that it was just my wife and I in the car. My son wasn't in the car yet because I don't know how much this impact was.
Yeah, thank God.
Him. Yeah, so I don't even remember how I got out of the car. I remember the impact and then being outside the car. I must have, because my door was like impacted shut, like I must have like crawled out. I do kind of remember my wife yelling, "It's on fire," because something was like kind of on fire on the inside of the car. But yeah, so that's the, let's say, the accident itself. Sorry.
Okay. So let's say after the accident, I'm not gonna bring the accident back, but did you have this thought in your mind that this is the end, but the end of your basketball career? Like, did you think that you're not gonna be back playing basketball, or you prepared all the time to get back on the basketball court? What, just to simplify, because when something bad happens to us, like a car accident is actually bad. There's like you can put yourself down and remain there, or you just immediately know that you're gonna come back stronger. How was it with you?
I would say actually for like the first, like it took even probably like a couple months, and it probably wasn't until like I remember it was like March when we went to finally this one clinic who treated my wife and I for the concussion symptoms, because I had the knee injury from the car accident as well, and I had a surgery, and I knew that like I could handle that. But actually every single day since the car accident for probably like 3 or 4 months, both my wife and I had these concussion symptoms where even like bending down, taking something from the ground, we would get like dizzy.
Yeah.
For all this time, like we were like, I was even like sure, like, and some people were telling us, oh, you could have this for the rest of your life. You might never be able to like do anything like this. It's like sometimes when you have this car accident, because your brain kind of like rattle against like the side of your head. And I was like, also like you have this like bad mood, like, like even like, let's say a little bit of like depression type things. And like you do have this, and I was like, maybe this is over for me. But we got really, let's say, fortunate because we had a great, like they specialize exactly in these like concussion treatments, and it took like 3 months to start the treatment. It was like in March when I finally did. Once I met those people, and they were extremely positive, and they were like really like start to like pump me up, like, no, we're gonna get you healthy in 3-4 months, so you can do it. You're still young. And once I realized that this wasn't gonna be like this forever, where I was like getting nauseous walking up and down the stairs, or like dizzy from like bending over or something, then I was like, no, I'm not gonna let this, like, no, we're gonna beat this, and I'm gonna come back and be better than before. Maybe it'll take some time. Like I knew it would take some time, but I was like, no, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play, and also I'm gonna show my son that if something happens in your life, especially the things that are out of your control,
Exactly.
not the things that are in your control, but even if something's out of your control, I'm gonna show him, no, like you get yourself back up, you work,
Exactly.
you take your life back.
That's the most like wholesome answer that I can even hear. Like, yeah, wow, I'm speechless right now. No other questions, Your Honor. Yeah, so you're back playing basketball. So far you played in 14 games. We're recording this on December 17th, so this is gonna be aired later. You played in 14 games, and in 23 minutes per game, you average 8.4 points, 51% from the field, 8.6 rebounds with 3.6 offensive rebounds, and 1.4 blocks a game. And my question is, do you think that you're still adapting to this level in the First Division League? Just to simplify that, you see Adam Kemp, a big guy, really good player as a center, and then you think that you're going to be averaging 25 points, 15 rebounds, 10 blocks a game, because, that's just the simplest. Like, what's your take on this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know that I'm still, even like to this point, and even when I make like when I feel better week to week, I know that next week I will feel better, and the next week I'll feel better, and this is just physically. And then there's the part where the basketball is like a little bit different here at this level. There's like many unexpected things happening on the court, and sometimes even just trying to, because even in like the extra class or other place I've played, like there's very normal like rules and the way the basketball
like rotation of players, exactly where particular player needs to be when you're on the weak side, strong side, and everything.
So sometimes I'm just trying, and because I'm also even the player who's like trying to think and read the game and stuff like that, it's even becomes like difficult, because then even sometimes it's better just to just play really hard and just react and not really try to like.
Sometimes it's like reading the prescription from the doctor, like you know what it says, but you cannot read it.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I definitely, I know that I'm still like adapting, but I do think like week by week I am like understanding more, even it says like how to play in like these games, but also my body is still coming back, and like week by week it's like getting better and better, and I can feel.
Yeah, I saw that in the preseason that it was a long time ago that I saw such good a player in such a good shape, like physically. But I've noticed that you have problems with playing 5-on-5, like that. I don't want to say adaptiveness again, but it takes some time for you to be in the particular place on the on the basketball court, when to get the ball, obtain the ball, pass it, like rebound it. The timing is very important at your position. So you were struggling, and as I can see, you're getting better. Okay, we're gonna switch to the next question. You're known as a player with a great awareness of your body. What I mean is that you understand how crucial it is to have your body and mind prepared to play on the highest level. Was it always like that, or you just realized that later on? Because you have your own Instagram profile, Adam Kemp Fitness, right? And the blog and everything. So
Yep. That's actually something that really is like the only reason that I'm like got to this level of like basketball, and even like to the levels I was at before, let's say. And it's basically all due to my awareness of my body and my ability to learn about things and translate this to either the training or the diet or the habits and all these types of things. When I was young, I had like the really bad asthma, and I also have this Tourette syndrome that sometimes people can see. I have this like motor tics with my neck or something like this.
But I have to say, in 2019, they were more severe and intense.
So that's even comes like kind of where my like things that I've progressed with like in my life in terms of this awareness and this knowledge. When I was 18, when I really decided, I was like, no, I can actually be a good basketball player, not just like some high school. I can go to college. Then I applied myself to learning more, and I was, I would start to learn more and more about this and that. And that's continued throughout my whole career. And actually in 2020, the year after, just after I had left Bydgoszczy, I went back to school online. I did master's degree in nutrition to learn more, and that's what helped much more with these tics. I learned like, because through the program I learned a lot of things like dietically, which kind of like impacted my body and inflammation and this or that, and I started to just open my like knowledge base to more different things, to how I can control my body with that. And it's like I've been like that for a long time. So I'd say even since I was like about 19, I've been the person that like really cares and tries to take care of all these things. And it's definitely, I'm not perfect, but it's definitely the reason that I was able to make like this type of career that I had.
Exactly. I want to ask, do you have any superstition? Is there one thing that you never do before a basketball game?
So I used to, and I can say that I definitely used to have some superstitions that I would like really follow before the games. But I can say since this car accident, and this is the first year that I've lived like this, both my wife and I was always Christian, and my wife was baptized actually into Christianity just after we met together so that we could get married. But we became much more Christian, and we really thank God for keeping us alive and safe through this accident and keeping our family together, and also giving us the strength to come back and play again and have this opportunity to be in a great city and travel and show our son the world and things like that. So I dropped like these superstitious things, which was interesting also because my wife is from also the culture where they have a lot of those superstitions.
Yeah, the black cat, running through your path, or going under the ladder, I know, spilling salt or
All of them.
or something. Yeah, we got a lot of them.
So it was definitely it's like a big change now. Like obviously there's many things like I don't do in terms of the game, but more the body awareness type things. I'm not gonna do something to tire myself out or make me mentally tired, but it's more like that and not about the I don't wear I used to, it would be the socks. Like that was like a big thing. I'd wear the same 2 pair of socks like for the whole season. Like I would preserve them, like now I know which ones I'm going to wear, but it's not like because I have to, or it's just
You're not gonna be doing a big deal like if they're like in the washing machine, right?
or the song if like I don't have like the right song or something like
Yeah.
it's I just I really trust and believe like God brought me back this far. As long as I'm working hard and like I keep my faith and I like my strength will be there, and then I hope he gives me the strength to help us achieve our goal this year.
Okay, you mentioned something about music, and I want to bring up KK. I see you, KK, and his music taste. No, I'm not going to be talking about KK's music taste. I just want to ask you, what kind of song would you put before the game if you would be in charge of the speaker in the locker room?
Oh, maybe it'd be some random country music or something.
Country.
I listen to a huge variety of music from like hip hop, rap, classic rock, country music. But I was in charge, and they just said, "Hey, play whatever music." I would play something that I'm sure probably no one in there.
What's the artist? I'm gonna put this song in my car when I'm gonna be traveling back to my home. What's the artist?
I could play. My mom's favorite is Zach Brown band.
Zach Brown.
Yeah, I would play maybe one of their songs. I would have to think about exactly which one, but I would like go into for sure something that no one had heard before.
Yeah, we don't listen to country music here.
Yeah,
I mean we have disco polo,
Yeah.
but it's quite different.
Yeah.
It's not like country music.
But if it was like somewhere in between that I think like you would know, I would like maybe like Guns N' Roses, Yeah, Sweet Child of Mine. It's classic.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Okay, since you're 34 years old right now and you played on many different basketball clubs, so is there one thing that you would say to your younger self as advice?
Yeah, I would definitely tell myself don't be as cautious, especially with like trying to expand your game offensively. I played for a lot of coaches that in a way
Different coaches.
yeah, and in a way it's like been to my benefit because I had a lot of coaches that told me like specialize in like 1 or 2 things and that will take you really far. And
Yeah.
for me it was blocks and rebounding and especially so on offense I would just focus on finishing shots around the rim, dunking the ball, and that's basically it.
Yes, simple as that.
As simple as that, and you're really good at like 2 things, and that certainly took me very far. But I would also, but it's interesting because I tell that to a lot of younger kids. I say, no, like, don't try to do 15, 20 things well. Try to do 2 things extremely great, and, just do everything else. Then worry about those less. But I would also like to tell myself, like, don't be so nervous and afraid to try to expand yourself, especially with the way that basketball has changed since I was young, where probably there was like 2 or 3 tall people shooting the ball when I was in 9, let's say.
I don't think they make these kind of centers like you are right now.
Yeah. So, but I would definitely love to tell myself that, and then tell my son as he's going through, like, expand your game more. Don't be nervous to try to expand your game, and that would probably be beneficial.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, Adam. And besides, if you have anything to say to this camera, feel this. Yes, feel free. Anything for the fans, your family, maybe. Emily J. Kemp is going to be watching this. Like she likes every post on Facebook.
Yes.
I see that.
I really appreciate my whole family supporting me over here playing again. Obviously, my wife and my son, but also my sister, she's following all the time. My mom, my dad watch. My dad watches probably every single game. My mom is a more busy person, so she's either on the flash score or whatever, following. They love Bydgoszczy. They're really happy that I'm back here, and they're definitely rooting for our team. And I'd like to say to the fans, I'm going to do everything that I can to try to achieve our goal this year. It's the goal that I came here with. I have one goal in mind for our team, is to try to win this championship, and that would be the great successful year for us.
That's it. Moim Państwa gościem był Adam Kemp. Adam, thank you very much once again. Dziękujemy salonowi Lexus Bydgoszcz przy okazji za ugoszczenie nas, bo zawsze tu się fajnie nagrywa i będziemy tutaj nagrywali chyba Przemek cały czas, co? No i dobra, wszystko, mamy. Do widzenia, dziękujemy.